What's going on, y'all? We got another new video today, man. In this video, I'm going to be talking about my favorite stocks that I like to day trade. And also, I'm going to break down like why not every stock is created the same, right? Because when I started day trading, I used to think that I could just go jump into any stock, right? And it's going to go up. But no, right? So you got to understand a few things. There's something called the accumulation phase. Then you got like the public participation phase, and then you have like the distribution phase. So sometimes you think you could get in a day trade and the stock is going to go up and you're going to make all this money, but the stock could start consolidating, right? That's another term too, consolidation. So you got to know and understand like when it's time to get in certain stocks and what stocks could be your money makers. So you got to find your money makers. So for me personally, the stocks that I like trading are Tesla. Tesla's my shit, right? Because Tesla is volatile. Every single day, Tesla's gonna move up or down. Let's just say $10, $15. Lately, it's been like $20 a day, up or down. So if you catch one of them moves, you can make some crazy money. I like Tesla. I like Meta. Meta moves. Meta is a mover too, right? I like Palantir, right? Tesla, Meta, Palantir. I love trading those ones. I'm looking at my watch list right now. There is some Nividia. That's my other one right there. And sometimes I'll be messing with Microsoft on a day trades. Now you can trade obviously any stock that you want, but the biggest thing is you gotta understand how to be able to identify the trends, right? And when you can see a trend, that's when you know, okay, I'm gonna start messing with this stock. So if you see a stock is trending upwards, then you know you could day trade that stock and you could get in some calls, not just willy-nilly, but like, you know that if this stock is trending upwards, then if I day trade this stock, there's a good chance that I'm not going to get caught in the choppiness or the consolidation, right? You also want to understand, is a stock moving upward, not just in the day, but like, is it on an upward trend? Or is the stock on a downward trend? Because you could catch it to the downside. If it is consolidating, like day to day, you want to understand what's the stock range. Because if the stock's range is only $2 to $3, you probably aren't going to make as much money as you could have, right? So every stock has a range, right? And you want to understand what the ranges are and how the stock moves. You want to understand the rhythm of the actual stock. Once you start getting into a rhythm with the stocks, you're not going to be afraid to take trades, right? And you're not going to lose as much money. In my beginning days, I was just like trying different stocks and I was losing more money. But the less stocks that I started messing with, the more money I started making because I started understanding that stock. And then every single stock, it has news, right? It has stuff that is playing a factor into it. But if a stock is on a 3-month bullish ride, you could day trade that stock every day and you could swing trade it because you know it's on the upward move, right? So even if it does drop, you could get in on a swing and ride it up and you can still day trade it. And that's why I love options, because just because you get in one play doesn't mean that's the only play you could get in. You could get into to 3 different plays in one stock and make money off of all 3 of them plays, right? If you know what you're doing. So that's why Tesla, Nvidia, Meta, Microsoft sometimes. What I say, Palantir. Those are my main ones that I'm always trading on a consistent basis, right? Because I'm familiar with them and I understand how they move now, right? So they don't scare me. Now you have other stocks, they're runners, but they take time, right? So some stocks will consolidate for like 2-3 weeks, they'll put you to sleep and then it'll blast off, right? So that may not be a stock to day trade, but you could get in on a good entry on a swing trade right before it blasts off, get in, and then boom, right? So you have to understand like the market, what's going on in the market. So think about it. Like we got the inauguration, right? That's a part of what could be making stocks go up or down, right? Those are like catalysts and stuff like that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go into charts and I'm gonna show you a couple things why I like trading these stocks, right? So let's get into it. So we got the charts right here, right? All right, so I got Nividia. So Nividia is a leader in the space, right? So I like trading Nividia. Palantir reminds me of like a baby Nvidia for some reason. Also AMD, right? AMD I like trading too, because AMD and Nvidia are in the same, they're competitors basically, right? So if AMD is on an upward, trajectory, and if Nvidia is trending upwards, then AMD will most likely be doing the same thing, right? So when you look at these charts, so look at yesterday, right? Last couple of days, AMD dropped, right? And then look at Nividia. Nvidia dropped too, right? So you can literally, if you have a couple stocks that are in the same space, the same sector, the same industry, then you can choose one or two of those to trade. Now, what I'll do is, let's say I want to trade AMD. I'll look at Nvidia and see how it's performing. And I may go here on a daily time frame, right, and see what's going on, right? I look at the daily time frame to see what the next day could potentially be looking like. And that will help me with my day trades, right? So Nvidia, so look at this right here on the daily. It goes up, it goes down. So there's like momentous moves that you could get into and make some bread with, right? Let's look at Tesla. Tesla's a very volatile stock, but it's a money maker, right? So let's look at the 15-minute, right? So look at all of these candles right here, right? Look at all of these candles right here. So we got this move from a 388 to 398. That's $10 right there. If you get in a call from here to here, let's say it's 3 contracts, man, that's probably, you could go make like 1,500, right? And this is a 15 minutes, so we got 15, 30, 40. So in 1 hour, you can make like 1,500 bucks on this move right here, right? Look at this. Boom, boom, right? This move right here, you could have made some solid bread off of that rejection. So Tesla's a mover. Now Palantir, same thing, right? It's a mover. Look at this move right here. It rejected off of this right here. Boom, right? That's a big move right there. That went from 79 all the way to 75. That's a big move right there. So you could have made some bread with that. Now, what I don't like is, let me look. Okay, for example, Charles Schwab. Now, Charles Schwab dropped from 74.94 to 71. That's a big drop, but that's random. Look at all the other days. It just chops around. Look at this stock. This stock does not move big, right? So I wouldn't be trading this type of stock because it don't be moving like that. This is a dividend stock, so you would probably invest into shares just so you could get dividends off of a stock like this, right? LMT, Lockheed Martin, right? They've been on a downward trend. So I remember when they was around like 520, I had made some bread with them. But they've been on a downward trend. They popped up for a minute. They dropped down here, it's 478, they popped up. But look at this downward trend, right? If you go to the daily time frame and you go to Lockheed Martin, Let's see. Look at the downward trend, right? Boom. Right here. You see this? It's on a downward trend. So it's safe to say that this stock right now, I don't know if it's going to keep going down. I don't think it looks like this could be a reversal right here, right? But it's below this 200 EMA, which means it's at a steep discount, right? But it hit the peak of 615 and then it just dropped. It tried to retest and then boom, right? It came back down. So this stock right here, you could get on a day trade because it's on a downtrend. So you could get in some puts and just ride it down, right? But I traded them a couple times, but not a lot. But my go-tos are Tesla, Palantir, Nividia, and Meta, and sometimes Microsoft. Those are my bangers right there, right? Now, let me say this. Let me make sure I say this. I used to love Coinbase. I used to love trading Coinbase. I made a lot of money with Coinbase. But you want to be careful trading a stock that has like a secondary catalyst. And what I mean by that is Coinbase is kind of crypto. I don't want to say crypto dependent, but good crypto news will make it shoot off. And then bad crypto news will make it crash, right? So it's like you want to day trade stocks that are just solid, that are solid. You don't have to go try to trade 25 different stocks. If you find a solid 3 to 5 stocks that you like day trading every day, there's going to be a nice setup on every single one. You get what I'm saying? So those are stocks that I like to day trade on a consistent basis. Don't overcomplicate this. The stocks that I choose are all inside of the S&P 500. That's another thing, right? A strong stock that's inside of the S&P 500. Here's the thing. If I'm trading stocks inside the S&P 500, that means that I could look at the S&P 500, which is SPY, and I could see like where it's at. And I could say, okay, SPY is on an upward trend. So the stocks inside of the SPY should most likely be, doing something similar. I'm not saying every single stock inside of the S&P, if SPY is up, the stock going to be up, but it gives you a good indication. And so that's like another layer of protection for me, right? So those are the stocks that I like trading. Let me know what stocks you like trading, right? Let me know what stocks you like trading. And also remember, the stocks that I like trading are different from stocks that I like investing in. That's a whole nother situation, right? But yeah, so that's the stocks I like trading, man. Always remember, get out of your head and get into the world, because your head is a dangerous place to live in. I'm going to catch y'all on the next video. Peace.